Hi everyone, this is Harsha here. So today I am going to be reacting to the final two episodes of You Make Me Dance. So it's episode 7 and episode 8. I have actually reacted to the rest of this series, so if you want to check out my earlier videos, you can take a look at my YouTube channel. You'll find the rest of them over there. So this is, it's going to be a double feature, so I'm just going to combine both the episodes into one video, and then at the end of it I'm just going to review the entire series and share my thoughts on the whole show and give my rating on it. So if you do enjoy these type of videos, please do leave me a like, and do subscribe to my channel so you can actually have access to more content of this type. Alright, so without any further ado, we are going to get straight into the reaction. Alright everyone, so let's get into You Make Me Dance episode 7. Okay, so they left off here.
한순간 내게 다가와 온종일 설레어 너만 보여 어떻게 내가 이럴까요 우연치곤 자주 만났던 우리 그때마다 알게 됐어 너는 나의 사랑이라는 걸 이제
형.
너에게 다가갈래
나 춤추고 싶어. 스토리가 떠올랐어. 아, 너 다리 다쳤잖아. 아, 형이랑 같이 추면 되지. 빨리 앉아. 아, 빨리 일어나요. 쭉 펴고 팔이 아니라 어깨 내리고 위로 들어주고. 아, 너 말고 위로. 그치?
Wait, what?
잡아서.
Wait, who is dancing? He's teaching
One.
Hong-seok to dance?
원.
What, does he want to do like a couple dance?
왼팔 오면서
Like a partner dance?
오고 왼팔까지 스탑. 근데 우리 무슨 사이예요?
그게 무슨 말이야?
아니 그냥 형한테 나는 어떤 사람이냐고.
채무자 20살 빚쟁이.
He's a lucky 20-year-old man in debt, man.
그럼 넌 날 어떻게 생각하는데?
형? 우리 집 옥탑에 사는 기생충?
와, 말 심하네 진짜. 차라리 옥탑에 사는 돈벌레가 낫겠다.
That's cute.
그래? 그럼 뭐 돈벌레 하지 뭐. 형.
응?
나 그 형 지내는 사무실 놀러 가봐도 돼요?
Wait, he used to stay in
아니
the
집으로 가자니까 굳이 여기까지 와.
아니 형이 맨날 우리 집 와서 나 괴롭혔으니까 나도 형 집 와서 민폐 좀 끼치려고.
Dude, the lines are really blurry,
잠은 어디
man. The
있었어?
fact that he brings him over to the
여기?
office.
여기? 생각보단 편하네. 그럼 나 오늘 여기서 잘래? 아, 이거 알죠? 별스타 에드와르 팟캐스트.
그걸 네가 어떻게 알아?
Oh wait, so even Hong Seok didn't remember?
아니라니까.
Wait, so who actually
사랑의
remembers
모든
and who doesn't?
러브 시크릿. 오늘은 첫 키스 이야기를 할까 해요. 전 첫 키스라는 단어만 들어도 마음이 사르르 녹아내려요. 그런 말이 있잖아요. 첫 키스를 하면 귀에서 종소리가 들린다.
The
그건
bells
아마도
tolling.
상대의 마음을
Okay.
확인하게 되는 신호가 아닐까요? 사랑을 확인하는 마법 같은 순간. 첫 키스를
Awkward.
하면 모든 걸 알 수 있어요.
Oh, bruh. Is he? Oh. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's daring. That. Ooh, that's. Dude, he's ballsy, man.
좋아해.
Oh wow, he's brave. You know what? I'm beginning to like this kid more. He's got balls. I appreciate that. He's been through so much shit, but he's so brave.
미안해요.
Why are you apologizing?
시온아, 그만. 내가 실수했다. 두 번 다시 이러지 마.
You don't look like you mean that.
왜 안 돼요?
난 채권자고 넌 채무자잖아. 사채업자 1조 2항. 채권자는 채무자한테 정주지 않는다. 집에 가자.
안 가.
Pay back your money when you won't have this problem.
너의 곁에 있고 싶어 한 걸음 다가선다면
Dude, they have to turn this into like a melodrama with the typical like soap opera music. It's pretty aggressive. You go,
나
Sion.
오늘 집에서 혼자 잘 거니까 그만 가요.
우리 집이라며.
성근 사람이 누군데?
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Just because he didn't, you know, he can't date you doesn't mean that there's no us. He's been supporting you all this time, even before you guys kissed, so there's still a we. You're just being immature.
나요. 내가 꼭 1등해서 우리 관계 다시 만들 거니까 이제 가요.
잘 자라.
널 사랑하고 싶은데 왜 안 되니
Sort out your ankle, kid.
하루를 살아도 너의 곁에 있고 싶어 한 걸음
솔직히
다가선다면
홍석이 형을 보낸 이유는 우리 집이 사라진 것을 보여주고 싶지 않아서였다. 하지만 우리 집은 그대로였고 대신 우리가 사라지고 말았다.
혹시 멀어질까봐 여기에 있잖아 널 바라봐 널 사랑하고 싶은데
was trying to
왜 안 되니 하루를 살아
what's the word for it? They were trying to be the sacrificial lamb. Like Hong Seok begged his boss to not take away the house. and in return he has to go to Vietnam, and then Si-on decided to, you know, give up the house so that he could use the rental deposit to pay back the money that he owes, so that Hong Sok doesn't end up having to stay with the company. So this is really cliche. It's like, it's that, you know, that famous story. It's like a, is it a folk story, folk tale? I'm not sure, but it's the one where there's a girl with really, really long hair, and she's dating, I think, a woodcutter, or like somebody who needs tools, like who uses tools, and I think the guy's tools break, but he doesn't have the money to buy the tools, and he actually you know, decides, like, he wants to buy this girl a gift, and the gift that he wants to buy her is a beautiful comb for her long hair. And I think this is something that he had been meaning to do for quite some time, but then I think his tools are broken or something, so he has to decide whether to buy his tools or whether to buy the comb for her. And he decides to buy the comb, and she realizes that he needs the tools, so she goes and cuts her hair and sells her hair so that she can buy the tools for him. So it's kind of like that scenario where they have like created that, you know, kind of situation with this show. So it's interesting. There are a lot of like references to like folk tales and to, you know, these like superstitions and you know, these like theories that, you know, are pretty prevalent like through the Asian, like, well, not even Asian, it's like throughout, you know, the world. So it's cool that they're incorporating all these like little elements into this drama.
온전한 우리로 돌아가려면 나는 꼭
Yes, bro. You
1등을
gotta
해야
win.
한다.
Do your thing.
반드시.
너에게로 바라고 바래 너와 언젠가 사랑하는 날
Oh, stop. His arms are pretty nice, sculpted.
1등하고 올게요. 1등하면 우리 채권자 채무자 사이 아무런 문제 없는 겁니다.
후회 없이 하고 와.
정수영님 들어가서 올게요.
네.
Fighting. Go in there and do your thing, bro. Come on, you got this.
꼼짝 말고 거기 있어요.
춤 제목이 뭐예요?
No? Well?
형, 우리가 해냈어. 나 주인공이래. 고생했어. 그럼 이제 우리 채권자 채무자 사이 끝이지?
시온아,
아,
춤 어떻게 췄니?
궁금해? 아니 뭐 궁금하면 축하 파티라도 해주던가.
Wait, I thought it was a competition where he wins money? it was to become the lead? So does he get the money automatically when he becomes the lead dancer? Is that how it works? That's quite a
뭐야?
celebration.
너 축하 파티 장소가 여기야?
너랑 나한테 여기보다 좋은 장소가 어딨냐?
You want some privacy.
싫어? 그럼 치운다.
아니야. 좋아. 하나, 둘.
I love you.
부족한 내 모습에 눈을 감고 일어설 수
They move fast,
있도록
dude.
내 곁을
And then there's
지켜준
eggs.
그대
First there's eggs.
사랑해 운명이 정해준 한 사람이 있다면 지금 내 앞에 미소 짓는 너니까 난 너무 행복해
Cute.
모든 주어도 아깝지 않을 너는
귀여워, 너무
나만의
귀여워.
사랑이니까
Oh, they're sweet,
고마워.
man.
시온아.
응?
오디션 춤 스토리가 뭐였어?
궁금하지? 아, 내가 생각해도 진짜 잘 췄다니까. 사실 이거 봐야 될 사람은 따로 있는데 바로 형.
나?
뭐랄까, 형은 나를 춤추게.
Oh.
그럼 보여줄래?
That's sweet.
왜? 또 울라고?
싫어.
지금부터 보여드릴 테니까
Dude.
보고 확실한
And
감상평
then dance.
부탁드립니다.
You're gonna be throwing up all over the place. Ugh.
춤 제목이 뭐예요?
You Make Me Dance 입니다.
It's unfortunate that he's not a better dancer.
평소와 다른
Alright, so I'm gonna move straight into episode 8, and then after I'm done with that, we'll review the last 2 episodes, like, in its entirety. Okay.
시온아.
응?
오디션 춤 스토리가 뭐였어?
궁금하지? 아, 내가 생각해도 진짜 잘 췄다니까. 사실 이거 봐야 될 사람은 따로 있는데 바로 형.
나?
뭐랄까, 형은 나를 춤추게.
그럼 보여줄래?
왜? 또 울라고?
싫어.
지금부터 보여드릴 테니까 보고 확실한 감상평 부탁드립니다.
춤 제목이 뭐예요?
You Make Me Dance 입니다.
I guess I dance for it. Because even previously, like before he met himself, he would dance with his mother and mine. So I guess for him it's like, you know, he's a reason to dance. I guess he continues.
안아주지 못해서 미안해 널 잊지 못할 것 같아 오늘 하루만 내 곁에 있어줄래 더는 날 사랑하지 않아도 오늘까지만 그냥 날 안아줄래 내일은 꼭 널 잊어볼게
우리 집이라며. 왜 내 인생에 끼어들어서 이렇게 힘들게 하냐고요?
너만의 습관 너와의 생각 너의 습관들까지 전부 다 잊혀야 할 것 같은데 why 헤어지자 하는 건데 why 나 혼자 힘들었을까 안아주지 못해서 미안해 널 잊지 못할 것 같아
가상병원?
Is he gonna cry again? Oh.
길고 길었던 이별 뒤에 사랑은 없을 것만 같았어 수줍던 내 고백에 마치 꿈처럼 환하게 웃어주던 너 부족한 내 모습에 눈을 감고 일어설 수 있도록
It's
내
quite
곁을
interesting.
지켜준
As
그대
far as like Korean BLs go, I think this is probably the most risque they've gone. I mean, if you're gonna ask about the actual like kissing, I mean I don't know, like we'll have to see if they, you know, go a little bit more intimate here. Because the previous kisses were more on the sweet side. Yeah, see.
너는 나만의 사랑이니까 언젠가는
Yeah, it's definitely more sweet.
그땐 처음 그 마음을 기억할게
I would say as far as kisses go, the hottest one that I've seen in a Korean BL has definitely got to be from You're My Star, like in the last episode. That was really hot.
형은 내가 어디가 좋아?
넌 나를 춤추게 해. 내 마음을.
Oh.
뭐야 내 멘트 따라하고.
시원아.
응?
미안해.
갑자기 뭐가?
저번에 엄마 얘기 버림받았다고 했던 그 말.
Well, she actually did, so.
아니 그 말을 아직도 담아두고 있었어? 생각보다 소심하네.
넌 그 누구한테도 버림받을 사람이 아니니까.
Damn right you don't.
그러니까 혹시 그런 일이 있더라도 상처받지 마. 그게 누가 됐든.
Foreshadowing of his trip to Vietnam.
나는 형만 있으면 다 괜찮아.
Ugh, that's a bit iffy. Dude, you should tell him. You really should tell him. You shouldn't just like take off without letting him know what's going on. That's like the worst betrayal. But that's always the way things are done. It's like super cliche.
뭐야 갑자기? 어디 가? 어디 가?
시원아, 우리 이제 각자 길 가자.
어? 뭐라고?
우리 관계는 여기서 끝이야. 넌 꿈을 이뤘고 우리 채무 관계도 다 정리됐고 우린 처음부터 그렇게 정해진 사이라고.
Ew, why are you trying
그-
to leave with
그럼
leave him
어젯밤은
with such a
뭔데?
bad impression of you?
우리 좋아하는 사이 아니야? 사랑하는 사이 아니야?
Oh god, are you gonna
나 원래 이런 사람이야. 내가 하는 일 알잖아.
Why are you playing the martyr,
늘
man?
그래왔고
Seriously.
앞으로도 그럴 거고.
So you're trying to make yourself out to be an absolute
지금도
asshole who was willing to do anything to get the money back and that you used him. Jeez, man. You can do better than that. Come on.
그래.
Don't be so cliche.
가라고 이 나쁜 새끼야!
And this one's another
그러면?
idiot.
나한테 약속한 거는? 약속은 내 곁에 있어 준다며!
Oh god, this is so K-drama.
그
Like
약속
the martyr
이제
style.
끝났다.
Where they're like, I have to give up everything to make sure that you stay safe. 아이고. Really, man, why is it that they never have proper communication? I mean, just tell the guy, for God's sake, that you have to do this, you know, because your boss is an absolute bitch who's kind of forced your hand, and just tell him to wait for you. Like, why are you being such a martyr? That's the annoying thing. Like, when you look at these like shows, they're so highly illogical. It's like if you would just actually communicate with each other, you could save yourself so much heartache. Why do I have a feeling that the guy, the other loan shark character is probably gonna come and be like, oh, you know, this is why he did it, da 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 da. So
우리 집이라면? 근데 너가 없으면 우리 집이 아닌 거잖아.
this kid falls hard and he falls fast.
뭐야? 어딨어요, 홍석이 형? 어디냐고요!
알았어. 어? 왜 이렇게 흥분을 했어? 알았어. 잠깐. 이거 보여줘도 되는지 모르겠는데. 알았어. 보여주지 말랬는데.
So now he knows.
너의 그 미소가 나를 웃게 만들어 하루 종일 생각이 나 설렘이 가득해 내 가슴에 너를 본 순간 눈을 뗄 수가 없어
베트남 가면 당분간 한국에 못 들어올 텐데 괜찮겠어? 가만 보면 우리 진 실장님 꽤
Yeah,
냉정한
bitch
구석이
was the
있단
one
말이야.
that forced his hand.
그래서 난 마음에 쏙 들지만
Dude, she
널
is so
사랑하고 싶은데 왜 안 되니 하루를 살아도 너의 곁에 있고 싶어 한 걸음 다가선다면 너에게로 바라고파해 너와 언젠가 사랑하
Is he calling? Is he calling his mama? And you gotta feel bad for this kid, right? It's a hard knock life for him.
분위기 너무 다운됐다. 진 실장님 음악 한 곡 틀어봐요.
Oh, is she going to Vietnam with him? Dude, she is so dodgy.
지금 게시판에 땡땡시오님의 글로 도배가 되어 있어요. 진홍석이라는 분을 많이 원망하고 계신데 그 마음 제가 사연으로 풀어드릴게요. 거짓말쟁이 진홍석, 평생 고객 관리 해준다더니 약속도 안 지키고 가버리냐?
네가 묶어준 빨간 실 다 풀렸어. 빨리 돌아와서 고객 관리 해줘. 아니면 나 더는 춤 못 출 것 같아. 내 춤의 가장 소중한 관객은 바로 너니까. 네가 없으면 내 춤은 아무것도 아니니까. 기다릴게. 우리 집에서.
사장님, 저 고객 관리하러 다니고 있습니다. 저희 일은 신용이 생명이라 하시지 않습니까?
진 실장님 일 제대로 배웠네.
Oh, she's
내가
just
이래서
gonna
진
let him go.
실장님 좋아한다니까.
What, so suddenly she had a change of heart? What, did she fall for the romance? What did her heart melt listening to this love story? Or maybe she realized that she was happy because he ain't into her. Go get your man. Come on. That was fast.
진짜 인연인 사람들은 새끼손가락과 새끼손가락 사이에 빨간 실이 운명적으로 이어져 있다고 합니다.
Indeed.
그 실은 풀고 싶어도 풀 수 없고
Fate will lead you back to
다른
that
사람의
one way or
손가락에
the
매고
other.
싶어도 맬 수 없다고 합니다.
True. It's cheesy, but it's romantic nonetheless. I mean, the whole story, the red string of fate, it's a classic, and it's quite
빨간
beautiful.
실의 인연처럼 당신과
the
내가
concept
만났고
behind it.
그렇게 우리가 되었습니다. 사랑해.
오늘 하루만 내 곁에 있어줄래 더는 날 사랑하지
당신은 나를 춤추게 합니다.
그냥 날 안아줄래
You make me dance.
꼭 널 잊어볼게
They got their happy ending. Woot woot.
사랑이라는 걸 몰랐던 난
So that was cute. Yeah, so we got to see that through the end of You Make Me Dance. So they did get their happy ending after all. Even though the loan shark lady's change of heart was kind of weird. I mean, she was like a complete bitch throughout the entire show, and then suddenly she just decides like, okay, I'm gonna let this guy go. So I don't know, maybe she's like a romantic deep down, and listening to their love story through that Itoil radio show, maybe she suddenly was like, okay, I guess there's no way he's gonna be mine, because from the looks of it, she definitely had the hots for him. Yeah, I mean, okay, so the last two episodes were cute. There were definitely some like gaps in the storyline, like I guess they couldn't resolve everything. Like obviously Sion's mother, they left that story hanging, so I guess they decided that that final, you know, phone call that he made to her number, I guess that was the closure. And then the other thing that they didn't really you know, continue was the whole, like, you know, his colleague, the Jungwon or whatever his name is, the guy who injured him. They didn't even show him in the last two episodes, so it's like he suddenly just kind of didn't matter anymore. I guess they were focusing on the romance. I mean, I guess one of the problems with having a show that is only 8 episodes is they have to be very selective about what they can focus on and what they can't. So I guess since they had left the actual romance to the last 2 episodes, it didn't really give them the opportunity to delve into all these, like, you know, like side stories, or like, you know, like all these other little issues that were there. I mean, overall I think it was cute. I mean, I think at the end of the day what everybody wanted was for these two guys to find their happy ending, and they did, and they definitely, you know, continued that whole arc of like the red string of fate, and how, you know, when you find that soulmate, you know, even if there are obstacles, and even if you know, like things happen and you can't be with them, like somehow fate will always bring you back to them, because your fate is intertwined with theirs and there's no way to escape that. So it's a sweet concept. I mean, it's actually this, I think this is the second show that I've watched where they have, you know, actually brought this whole story to the forefront. Like the first show that I watched where the red string of fate was like a key focus was actually this Chinese drama, Love Through Time. It's actually a remake of Queen In-hyun's Man. So in the Chinese version, it was with I think Jing Boran and Zheng Shuang, she's the chick who's like in trouble for abandoning her babies or whatever, like, but she acted in the drama with this Jing Boran, and in that they mentioned this red string of fate, and it was beautifully done, because in this case these are soulmates who are not even from the same time. They're from like different eras completely, but they're connected and somehow they find each other, like through time traveling. So that was the concept there. And over here, I mean, you know, they incorporated this red string of fate, you know, into making these two guys meet, and then it turns out that they're soulmates, and, you know, how they get together essentially. So it was cutely done. I mean, overall I enjoyed the show a lot. As for the, you know, the like the more sexy scenes, it I would say it is still relatively PG. I mean, by my standards. Like, okay, the fact that they took off their shirts and stuff, fair enough, but everything was still very sweet. Like, I would say it wasn't you know, like, I wouldn't classify this as like R21 or like, you know, 18 and up. I think when it comes to BLs, the guys that really go for the full-on nudity and like the really, like, you know, hot making out, very passionate type of like scenes would be the Thais. Or like if you watch Western BL shows, they tend to be a lot more risque with, you know, when it comes to the physical aspects, whereas from what I've seen with the Korean shows, it tends to be sweeter. I mean, they incorporate a fair bit of skinship, but when it comes to the actual kissing, it's usually on the softer side, which is sweet. I mean, I guess it ties in with the, you know, the romance and like, you know, the softness of the shows. Like, they're not going for like hard up in your face, we're gonna rip each other's clothes off. You know, that's not the genre they're going for. I mean, like I said, the hottest kiss that I've seen so far in the Korean BL scene is from You Are My Star. I mean, the last episode, that kiss was pretty damn hot, I would say. You know, they really were going for it. So, but yeah, I mean, this is definitely a step in the right direction, and I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, if I had to rate this show, I would probably give it maybe like a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I mean, overall, I think the acting was decent. You know, it was shot relatively well. The plot, it was a little slow, you know, but I think they did focus on building the relationship. I mean, towards the end, you know, they kind of had to like forego a lot of the side plots because I think they didn't have enough time. But, you know, I suppose there's not much you can do unless, you know, they decide to start making either slightly longer episodes or have more episodes, you know, for these type of dramas. So, you know, but I think given that the popularity of these type of shows seems to be going up, and, you know, it seems to be getting more mainstream even in, you know, a relatively conservative society like South Korea, you know, I think that means that moving forward, they will definitely be a lot more experimental, and, you know, they'll probably put in more money into shooting, you know, BL shows. So, you know, I'm excited to see what this means for the Korean BL scene. Yeah, so that was my review of You Make Me Dance episode 7 and 8. And I mean, you know, I've seen the entire show in its, you know, entirety, so, you know, I've given you my thoughts on the whole show. So I mean, let me know what you thought about this show. You know, if you have any like feedback, any commentary, if you'd like to discuss it, by all means drop that in the comment section below. You know, if you have any other shows that you would like me to react to, by all means, you know, do drop that in the comments as well. I did have somebody request, you know, for me to react to Where Your Eyes Linger. I have not actually seen that. I've seen like snippets of it which popped up on my Insta stories, like my Instagram, but I haven't actually watched it, so I've definitely got that on my list of shows to watch. So if there's any other shows that you would like me to check out, let me know. You know, any other content, doesn't have to be TV shows, you know, it could be like music videos or any other entertainment content. Do let me know as well. And so yeah, if you did enjoy my reaction to You Make Me Dance, please do subscribe to my channel, leave me a like at the very least. Yeah, and going forward, you will be seeing a lot more reactions from my end, so look forward to the next one. Peace out, guys. Take care.